Thank you for your interest in learning how to scale your business. You either want to start or scale your business. We help you go from Google Invisible to Google Expert in 3 months. If you use to Google yourself right now, are you invisible, visible, or an expert? Experts get paid a lot of money. They also make the biggest impact, and they are unquestionably credible. So how do you do that within 3 months based on what we're going to teach you? So at this point, where are you? Are you currently an employee that might not be making the money you want, might not be doing what you want to do, and you want to find a side hustle? Maybe just hate your boss and you really want to quit your job, or you have a story to share and you want to travel more. So if you're an employee, know that, especially post-pandemic, in a blink of an eye, millions of people's jobs can be lost. Do you really want to have that constant fear, the constant pressure, that constant concern every single day of your life if you're an employee? So I highly encourage you to have a side hustle, even if you can commit 1 to 2 hours a week, because that is more than enough to start your career as a side hustle speaker or coach. If you are an entrepreneur, one of the best ways to actually make a living is really to become a speaker, because everything you do, you can do better, quicker, and faster as a speaker. And everything is in your favor when you become a global expert. Now, the unfortunate and blunt reality is that according to this Inc. magazine article, 96% of businesses fail. And the single biggest reason is they run out of money because they can't find clients. And so if you want to be successful, you really want to consider being a global speaker. Because global speakers, their credibility is unquestionable. You make more money in less time, you impact more people with less effort, you travel the world for free as a VIP, you have instant credibility as a recognized authority, and you have VIP access to millionaires and top influencers. Think about this. You go to an event, you see a person in the program as a speaker, you see the person on stage as a speaker, you see their name badge as a speaker, you're not going to question the credibility. What you may not realize is I meet so many people who want to create a podcast, who want to create a coaching program, who want to write a book. All that is fine and good, but why create a book, a podcast, or a coaching program if you don't even know if they want it, if you don't even know they're going to pay you? If you're a speaker, you can do a test where you speak on a subject of your choice. And if they start asking you to learn more, well, guess what? Now you have a product, now you have a podcast, and now you have a coaching program that they'll pay you for, because we're here to help you make money, make a difference, because I meet so many people that have an idea of what they think they want to share, but ideas don't get you paid. When people start asking you for your advice, that's when you start getting paid. That's why I wrote a book on networking with billionaires. That's why I became a coach, because I didn't need to be a coach, nor did I need to write about networking with billionaires. But since I did networking at the highest level, and since I spoke, I created the book as well as programs based on the demand of interest of clients that paid me. I didn't assume I knew what they wanted. They asked me over and over. So for you, you might have an idea of what you want to coach on, but you're better off speaking in front of 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, online or offline, to know exactly what they'll pay you for. That's the biggest difference between a person that has a hobby and a person that has a business. And there is no professional that commands more money per hour than a professional speaker. Look on the left-hand side. A high-priced lawyer makes $2,500 an hour. Well, I make $20,000 for an hour. That's for a keynote speaker. That's the top 1% in the world for speakers. And you may not realize this when people ask me, well, how do you charge so much, Christopher? It's because my brand is a global brand, and your brand determines your price points you charge, the clients you secure, and the impact you make. So you can be the most heart-centered person, but if you say you want to make a difference, you want to make an impact, you want to share your story, you have to recognize that the people that make the most money also have the biggest stages to share to inspire the world. When you have a speaking mindset, here I am sharing the stage with Elon Musk. He actually came on my stage. I created a homeless youth program many years ago at the largest shelter in the US called Mondays of the Mission, where we teach life skills to homeless kids. And so Elon was one of my guests. So you get to make impact as a speaker as well. Now, here is the moment of truth where it doesn't matter what you say you do, your clients will Google you. And most of the people I do this for, their name is literally invisible. So how can you be a perceived expert if your name is invisible? I'm going to teach you how. So sometimes they're visible, but are you conceived and perceived as an expert? And this is why being a speaker is the best thing. And I'm going to show you what that means in terms of speaking business. I'll show you our proven model called GPS, and you have an opportunity to potentially invest in this, even though it's an application process. So the corporate model is a $511 billion space. If you look at the actual thing, you have conferences, you have trade shows, incentive programs, all of these conferences and events need speakers oftentimes. So that's the corporate gigs. And it's a growing industry. So there's not going to be a lack of opportunities. Now, if you think that you're afraid of speaking, well, does $511 billion give you a reason why you should crush your fears? There's so many opportunities in life, but your opportunities, your possibilities, your dreams are always at the edge of your fears. So if you're afraid, good. Do it anyway. If you're petrified, good. If you're scared, good. You're not going to be a successful person if you don't crush your fears. And in public speaking, if you know you have a story to share, then it's focusing on the story and not on your fear. If you focus on personal development, that's a $67 billion industry. So if you factor in the corporate space and the personal development space, that's nearly a $600 billion opportunity for you. And they're both growing between 5.5% and 17%. So you're literally growing at 12% every year. What growth do you have in any industry that has that level of growth in the next decade? And it's only going to grow. Self-development, personal development, corporate spaces, they're not going to go anywhere, whether it's a recession or it's a boom, it doesn't matter. What we help you do is make money as a speaker, whether in the corporate route, where I helped Colton clear his first $1 million, or in other people's stages. I've helped my clients and colleagues go on these global stages, or I help you make money from your own stage, where here's Shelly, who grew up on a farm in Washington. Then she moved to Idaho to build a dream home with her husband. At one point, they're struggling. They might not have been able to pay for the mortgage. She finds a part-time job at an airline cleaning toilets. I'll say it again. You can all have dreams. You can all have humble beginnings. But Shelly at one point hit rock bottom where she was cleaning toilets as a part-time airline worker, but she remained focused on her dreams of creating a networking group, of creating a networking program, of creating a networking business. She wanted to go global, so she hired me to speak at her castle event at a Crom Castle, where I helped her build a global brand. And then I recently helped her make over $100,000 from just 2 events. And there were only 10 people in that room at one point. So we help people book stages. We help people understand how to book stages from a corporation standpoint. We help you find stages to speak on. We help you create your own stages. Those are the 3 main areas. And if you go the traditional route, let's say you have the mental ability, the testing ability to get into Harvard Business School. Well, that's a 2-year commitment. And that's how much it costs, $112,000 with a 0 guarantee of an ROI. Or you can consider investing in our program that's proven with hundreds of clients where we generate over $200 million. These are just examples of people of our caliber of our community, whether they've made a lot of money as a speaker, whether they're best-selling authors, TEDx talk speakers, they have international programs, coaching programs, they've been featured on Forbes, and they've made millions, but more importantly, impacted millions all around the world. That's called our GPS program. We've also been featured on Forbes. I've been grateful to be featured on Forbes. And really, our mission is to help you grow your business in less time so you can have more time to do what you love. I don't care what you do. One of our members named Colton loves flying helicopters. Raul loves shooting bow and arrows. And you get to spend time with your family, or maybe you're pedo, which Spanish means dogs. So just so you know, I didn't grow up with any access, connections, money. There you see me, not very happy. I was 4'10" going into high school. I was teased, bullied, and punished. I talked too much in class as a kid, so they punished me. I had a reading disability, so I thought it was stupid. But the hardest thing was being short, because my classmates would always tease me for every single freaking day for 10 years. And there I am, I get a 9th grader, 14-year-old. I don't look very happy because I'm not. If you look at the guy on the tallest, he's probably 5'10". He literally towered over me for a whole foot. And one of the most humiliating moments of my life was when I went to a dance party. I mustered up the courage to ask this girl to dance. She had a black fedora on, a white top, and a black skirt. I'll never forget this because I had the courage to ask her to dance. She says yes. I'm dancing with her. And imagine the guy in the middle. He literally looks at me, laughs at me, picks me up. I'm screaming and squealing, put me down, because my voice did not crack at the time. Put me down. I look at the girl, she looks at me, I'm mortified, I walk away. It is one of the most humiliating moments of my life. So I asked you, whatever emotional scars you've been through, if you've been teased, bullied, punished, who is going to help you overcome those limiting beliefs from your past? Well, we're going to help you because we have a supportive community to help and serve you. And know that all the things we do are based on decades of failure. So if you look at my list, whether I was punished, whether I was deemed slow, whether I was horrible at spelling, whether I had some racist classmates, all these things I'm showing you through experience that I've been rejected, I've been punished, I've even been beaten up. And to no fault of my own. But over time, I started learning a system. Over time, I started hiring speakers and coaches and mentors. And over time, I started questioning it because I made investments in my time, my mentorship, my coaching, and my training. And now I'm just so grateful to teach other people to do the same. I'm also been grateful enough to write a best-selling book on networking with billionaires, #1 bestseller, featured on Inc. magazine, calling me the billionaire networker, and interviewing people like Elon Musk. So to summarize in simple terms, your speaking success determines your business success. I'll say that again. Your speaking success determines your business success, because we look at all the famous leaders in the world. Steve Jobs was a great speaker. He found his wife from speaking at Stanford University. He inspired $1 trillion of a business called Apple. And you look at Elon Musk, you look at Oprah Winfrey, you look at Julie Sweet from Essentially, you look at Sarah Blakely from Spanks. All these people are great speakers and they share their message, and that's why they are a business success. So do I have your permission to share a transformational promise with you? I taught you why speaking is the most powerful way to build and scale your business. Now I'm going to give you a potential transformational promise for you, and that is to invite you to apply to our invitation-only private membership, where we have members in 120 cities, 30 countries, and 6 continents. New friends in new places. So one of the biggest things is people don't have a high-level network. This program, we have multimillionaires, we have best-selling authors, we have people that make $20,000 for a speech. When you potentially get accepted and invest in our program, you immediately have credibility. And this is a transformation. If you want to just pay for a program, pay for a coaching, pay for a process or systems, go somewhere else. But if you want to be transformed into a better person, a more bold person, a more brilliant person, this might be the program and community for you. Now, I want you to think about, what does transformation mean for you? Does that mean making more money? Does it mean providing for your family? Does that mean working from home? Does that mean traveling? That's for you to decide what your transformation is. But we've helped so many people transform their lives. And I mean transform their lives. First, you transform your mind. We help you define your expertise. We help you market your expertise. We help you get paid for your expertise. And that's all about sales. Every single client I've worked with over the last 6+ years, they all have a disability or a misunderstanding of how to define their expertise or really dive deep, or they don't know how to market themselves. They don't know the right video, the right photo, the right testimonial. And even the one to say, oh, I have a speaking reel, oh, I have a testimonial, but then I look at it, it's like, it's not good. They're just believing that it's a speaking reel, but did someone teach them how to be a $20,000 speaker? And then, well, I hired a PR firm, I hired a market. It doesn't matter who you hired. If you're not hiring someone that has done what you want to do, then you're wasting your time and money. So keep in mind, as a speaker, every word, every phrase, every sentence structure, sequence, all plays into how you market yourself. Because as soon as they look at a picture of you or a testimonial, they will make a judgment, and they will judge a book by its cover. So what we help you do is define and frame your expertise and get paid for it. Even if you have whatever experience, let's say in Bill's case, this guy was a truck driver for over 20 years. It doesn't matter who my clients are. I see their heart, I see the gems, I see their brilliance. And in Bill's case, he completely transformed his life. So though he's a truck driver, he's also a real estate investor, and he crushed his fears and it changed his life by transforming his confidence. When you have confidence, you can do anything in life. We also transform your speaking. The basic stuff is the tonality, the diction, the wording, but the more advanced stuff is, well, how do you hook your audience in as a keynote speaker? And then from a branding and sales standpoint, you really have to understand how to frame your story in a way that you share your stories that apply to you as an expert. We also help you transform your income. Whether you want to make tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, you have to just ask yourself, what do you want to do the other 363 days of your life? Because we help you make the most money in the least amount of time. And that's true transformation, where it's not just about financial freedom. I know many people, clients, friends of mine, where let's say one client of mine his net worth is $100 million. He sold his company $100 million. And he gets very envious of me when he asks me, like, how do you travel around the world, Christopher? And how does that affect your business? I'm like, I'm a global speaker, as are my clients. So when we travel, it's actually a good thing. So how did we help our clients make over $500,000 from a one-day upsell model? It's called our Stage Builder community. And it really is about transforming your free time, where time is not money. That is the worst piece of advice. Time is more important than money, because money can always make more, time you cannot. So just make sure you focus your life on finding more time for yourself to do what you love. That might not be your career, because people always say, oh, pursue my passion, do what you love. that doesn't mean you're going to make money. You're better off making money with something that you're good at and then making sure you carve out time to do what you love. That's not always the same thing. And lastly, you get to transform your community. At one point, I interviewed Richard Saul-Wurman, the founder of TED. When you think about athletes, the top stage are Olympics, the top stage for singers are the Grammys, the top stage for actors are the Academy Awards, but the top stage for speakers is the TED conference. And this man in the middle is Richard Saul-Wurman, a living legend, where he created TED Talks, which many people don't know that Steve Jobs was at the first TED Talk, and he is the man. You will transform your relationship because this is our community now. When you find these communities, they're often at the same level as you. When you join our community, you already meet millionaires, you have doctorates, you have elite athletes like Christine Van Loo, who is a world-renowned airlift, or Brooke Sousa, who's the world's strongest woman, or special ops, former special ops named Michael, who used to be an Army Ranger. You have TED Talk speakers, you have Fortune 500 speakers or Fortune 100. People have featured in Forbes and best-selling authors. So that's a community that you get transformed into. Now, in terms of team transformation, these are just two people part of my team who were former clients who now are part of my team, where Rod, he dreamed of having a gym. He ended up partnering with someone that wasn't the most integrity-based person. That went to hell. He ended up meeting me. He ended up making 5x his sales from a sales mastery program. And then he joined GPS. And at one point, he made $22,000 in the first 3 months. And that was what he made, the most he ever made years ago. Colton, he was making $80,000 as a salesperson in the solar industry in a month. And I said, Colton, what if you make that in a day? He was like, really? Sign me up. So he ended up joining GPS. He made $20,000 for us in a 20-minute speech. And both of them have helped our community make over $500,000, and the number keeps growing. Warren Buffett talks about compound interest. Well, guess what? When you start having upsell programs, upsell events, you'll make exponentially more money on the upsell on the back end than you might make on the front end. So this is just an example of a team transformation. And you have to just decide two options if you're accepted into our program. There's an application process. So the first option is we have private done for you elite packages where we do the work for you, where we help you either redesign a new website based on a template, or we help you do a makeover of your current website. We help you write your boss bio, story, speech topics, testimonials, market research, and customize sales scripts. Sometimes people say, oh, I have that already, Christopher. I have a testimonial, but I look at that and it sounds and looks like crap. If you like someone that's blunt, I am your guy. Our team is your team, because I meet so many people that have someone that told them, they fed their ego saying it's amazing. Well, if it is so amazing, then they should book more speeches, they should be charging premium, and they are not. So the first question I have to ask you, are you charging the amount of money you want? Are you sharing the stage with your idols? Are you living your life of your dreams? If not, consider our program option 1. Or option 2 is 1-year membership, 5 8-week sessions where we teach you how to do it yourself. Option 1 is we do it for you, which is called DFY, done for you. Option 2 is group coaching. And let me dive deeper into each option. So option 1, in a 3-month span of time, we dive deep and we go into all the things that you need to really project out into the world, where it's your marketing. It's all in the details. If you understand how detail-oriented, here's one of our clients where we had to go through 100 data points just to create 3 elements, whether that's a photo, whether that's a testimonial, or even if, let's say you don't know who Marianne Williamson is. My team and I crafted her title so it's Oprah Winfrey's confidant. You may not know who she is, but she's like the Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan of the spirituality world. But if you didn't know that, you know Oprah Winfrey. The point is, it takes a lot of time because it's very granular. Every word, every phrase, every sentence, every photo, every actual video, testimonial, image, logo counts for your image, because they're going to look at your image, look at your website, and make a judgment. You're either going to be perceived as Ritz-Carlton, luxury, Louis Vuitton, or Kmart, Walmart. There's neither difference of either one. It's about how you want to make money, okay? This is an example of bios. It's literally the single most important marketing tool you need, which most people don't think about, don't do, and don't even realize how powerful it is. So in Gladys's case, she's one of our clients. This is her before picture of herself in terms of her bio. Not the picture, her picture's amazing, but it's her bio, right? This is the after effect. So for our done for you clients, we craft a boss bio. So when someone reads your bio, they're like, whoa, this man or woman is a boss. If you are not perceived as a boss, how are you going to make boss money, boss branding, boss power? You're not. That's the blunt reality. Your time commitment is only 2 hours each month. I have many clients who are very busy. So we do the heavy lifting for you, where it's only 2 hours a month, where we take all the things you have and assess and build out your website. So within just 3 months, go from Google Invisible to pitch ready global speaker website design or makeover in 3 months. So that was option one. Okay, that's more of a premium package, a premium investment. We do all the work for you. Option two is more the group coaching, where we teach you how to do it yourself. So there's only 5 sessions. It starts in February, it goes till November every year. So take a look at the schedule on the right-hand side. We've codified this. I've done this for 22 years, and I started coaching more than 6 years ago, where we define expertise, marketing, sales. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're not actually a professional speaker, because it doesn't matter how powerful your story is, doesn't matter how connected you are. If you don't understand how to define your expertise, diving deep, if you don't understand how to brand yourself, market yourself, if you don't understand sales, you'll never be successful. At the end of every session, you have the ability to speak in what we call gifter talks. It's like TED Talks for entrepreneurs. And last, we have graduation ceremony, because you will be graduating from our program. And many people have said that our GPS program is like a Harvard MBA program, where we teach you how to be a global authority and a paid speaker. And in just 8 weeks, you'll go from Google Invisible to global speaker. Time commitment for that one is only 1 hour a week. That is insane when you think about there's 160 hours in a week, and you're only committing 1 hour minimum. So there's no excuses when you say you don't have time. It's about your priorities and what you want to do with your life, because you know what the world is starving for? The world is starving for your story. But you have to have the courage. It's not about if you believe in yourself. I believe in you, and we're going to help you build out your caliber, your credibility, and your clarity and your message. So to summarize, you have 2 options. If you get accepted in our program, you have to apply to our program. Option one is you go from Google Invisible to a Google and global expert with a website design or a makeover within 3 months. Option two is it's Google Invisible to Google global speaker in just 8 weeks for the coaching program. If you buy option one, you also get content option two. Both options, you get 1 year access to our community, where you can meet some of our colleagues. And you also get lifetime access to our self-guided program, which is what it's based on. It's 20 years of experience, 44 lessons, breaking down how to become a global speaker. Here is over 100 testimonials, and that keeps growing. But that just gives you an idea whether you want to make money, whether you want to make millions, whether you want to speak more, whether you want to inspire people. It's all about sharing your message to change the world. And imagine your name, put your name right there. Put your name right there. And as I said, the top event for athletes is the Olympics. The top events for singers is the Grammys. The top event for actors is the Academy Awards. But the top event for speakers is the TED Conference. So for you to be able to invest in a program, in a community, which I created, and already say you share the stage with these individuals, it's insane that you have that ability, and it's guaranteed that instant credibility. Instant credibility. Now, the flip side is go ahead and add 20 years to your life. If you're 35, you'll be 55. If you're 55, you'll be 75. You want to spend 20 years of your life. That's how long it took me to figure out all this stuff. This is a check that I got a few years back, where it was a $30,000 speaking gig. They pay you half upfront and half when you actually do the work. But if you look at the trajectory of my life, I quit my job in 2000. I started speaking in 2001. It took me 15 years to figure out how to go from 0 to 5,000. And now I've skyrocketed beyond that. So your option is either option one, done for you, where we do the work for you, or option two, it's a group coaching program where the value for option one is a $129,000 value, and you're only paying $24,997. You save $5,000 if you pay up front, or we can have an installment plan for you. Or option two is group coaching, where we teach you how to do it yourself. It's a $79,000 value, and you only pay and invest $9,997 for a 1 year membership. You save $2,000 when you pay up front, or it's an installment plan as well. And just so you know, this is the prices right now as this is recorded, but our prices keep going up because demand keeps going up. I still coach these calls myself at least half of the time, and I am very, very active in Done For You. That's why we're very, 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 very selective with the private Done For You programs. So this is the current pricing, but if you were to come at us and if you sign up and you actually apply, the pricing is higher, well, guess what? That's because this is recorded now. This is the pricing now. So we don't guarantee these are the prices. That's what they are now at this point. So going back to the Harvard Business School model, why would you sacrifice, even if you actually got accepted, which frankly, it's very hard to get accepted into these schools, you're paying $112,000 for a piece of paper. Whereas if you invest in us, minimum $9,997, You have a flexible 1-year learning and investment in a supportive act with proven results. So you tell me, what investment saves you money and time and gives you the highest probability of success? There are some guarantees in a program, meaning once you actually are part of a program, you're guaranteed to be a global speaker. You're guaranteed to have these results, meaning you have these marketing things like Joanna, who made back her money in the first month, who Dr. Malika, she's crushing it as a global speaker, and you get these logos that you get forever. You elevate your brand. So these are some bonuses: instant credibility, putting your bio there. You also become a certified GPS speaker. And as a bonus, for now, this is not going to be forever. Rod is a health expert. Colton is a sales expert. So you get a bonus call with people on our team. Now, the final thing I'm going to say is this is the only program that offers this strategy. What I mean by only is that your whole entire life is based on how you frame your story. And since I worked at American Express, this is what I learned. They've been around for 172 years at this point, and that's what I learned. So this is the only program that teaches you the strategy I learned that has lasted 172 years. So again, pick option 1 or 2. There's going to be a apply to a program below. So even if you had the money, we don't necessarily want your money because we want to make sure you're a right fit. It's a private invitation only community as well as program. Even if you have the money, it doesn't matter. We want to know that you have the right fit, you have the right heart, and you have the right ambition, because we have all these people that say they want to do something, they might have the intention, but they don't have the actual resource potentially or really the commitment. So we can work things out. Right now, this is what we're charging. That could go up very easily. But thank you so much for being here and present. Go ahead, click on the link below to apply for our program. And if you are qualified, we'll have some reach out to you sooner rather than later. Thank you so much and have a great day. Remember, I call you a gifter because your story is gift to the world. So make sure you share your story more because it truly will inspire the world.